up, guys? It's your boy Chad, the Chadman, coming at you live with my old-time friend and roommate, Zoro Scoro Boro. And I'm pretty sad today, man. You know why, dude? Why? What happened, man? Well, it's our last day talking about God is not a fish inspector. I thought this book was a blast. I'd love to revisit it someday, man. How about you? Yeah, it really wasn't that bad. Anyways, enough of our sob story. Let's wrap Worlds 2017 and God is not a fish inspector up with some good old literary devices. Let's try to make some connections between those literary devices and the kind of story that's been built up for the players, teams, regions. So what do you got for us today, Scoro? Well, the first thing we gotta talk about is the most basic and essential part of any story. That's the theme. Now what I got from the theme of GNFI is that as we get older, we have to deal with our physical and mental state deteriorating. Because of this, we get treated as inferior or irrelevant by other people who may sometimes even be striving to take our place. That's how Fuzi was able to tell that what Emma really wanted to be sure of was that she got the house. Just how Fuzi Bergman was once a great man who became old and withered. We got the previous kings of the LoL Esports scene, SK Telecom T1, also known as SKT. SKT? How they relate to this theme, man? Is it kind of like how they have a really good history? Yeah, there is no argument that they are one of the best teams that's ever come into the scene. They've won 3 world championships out of 7. Just 2 more than any other team's ever gotten, dude. But in Worlds 2017, it was a heartbreaking moment, man. SKT fell to their long-standing rivals, Samsung Galaxy. It was really one-sided, too. It was one of the most anticipated international tournaments. They were one of the greats, and now they're back in the normal area, kind of. Even their players, who were considered one of the best in their respective roles, now they're considered like lower or even equal to other people. Yo, that's some deep stuff. Do you think there's anything else you can compare between those player stories and the short story? I've been developing this idea since last night, so I don't know how well it is. Lay it on me, man. But think about this. You remember that one line? The breakwater that ran along the rear of his property loomed like the purple spine of some great beast guarding the land from a lake which seemed, in the darkness, to go on forever. Whew. Whew. That is a mouthful. Yeah, I remember that one. What about it? Well, it's pretty symbolic, man. That monster must have been defending some really good treasure. Fuzi was being really brave by just walking past the dude and taking the treasure like he owned the place. That's what the finalists in Worlds 2017 have to do, right? How so? Well, you have to face the old world champion most likely to get the Summoner's Cup. You have to be brave like Fuzi was being brave to be able to claim your prize or your treasure. You know, that really does make a lot of sense, man. I guess it really is a good thing and value to this show. You know, I think it might be time to wrap up this week's iteration of Beyond the Book. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a grand pleasure riding with you boys, making some good old memes. Love to do it some other time. I am your host, Chad the Chadman, with my good old teammate, roommate, 2-time world finalist. Not exactly, he's more like 2-time roommate, Zoro Scoro Boro. We will see you guys next week.